Hi, my name is Dr. Sarah Bjorkman and I am a board certified OBGYN and first time mom. And this week I want to share with you something every breastfeeding mom has thought about at some point, and that is, how long is my breast milk good for? How long can it be in the freezer? How long can it be in the fridge? Today we are going to cover the breast milk storage guidelines right after this. Welcome back. We are so glad that you are here. If this is your first time checking out our channel, as I said, I'm Sarah. I'm an OBGYN, just had a baby, and my husband, who's a pediatrician, and I have been going through our pregnancy and trying to conceive and postpartum, sharing our expertise as well as our in real life experiences as we are learning so much along the way. So something I certainly looked up and learned after I had little baby Cease was about breast milk storage. So how long is breast milk good for? So one thing to know is that a lot of the breast milk storage guidelines are based on formula storage or food handling guidelines and then kind of just applied to breast milk. So the recommendations you may see on other websites or on the CDC website may be a little more conservative. But breast milk is really kind of this magical liquid. It has, it's bioactive, right? It has a range of substances that feed as well as protect your baby. It has a different fat content throughout the course of the day. It has nutrients to feed the baby. It has white blood cells and other antimicrobial agents for when your kiddo gets sick. It even changes at night, having some more sleep-inducing neurotransmitters for your baby. So breast milk is really cool stuff. I made a little graphic that we'll put up to show quickly these numbers for you, but we're gonna real quick go through them. So let's first talk about freshly pumped milk. Freshly pumped milk is good for 6 to 8 hours at room temperature. Ideally, put it in a fridge in less than 4 hours. Possibly up to 24 is fine. If you accidentally left your breast milk out for more than 6 to 8 hours, I would sniff it. Do the sniff test. Spoiled milk is nasty. Like, you will know if it is spoiled. If it smells fine, you can offer it to your baby. Your baby is not gonna drink spoiled milk, okay? So 6 to 8 hours, freshly pumped, less than 4 hours is ideal. How long can you then leave this freshly pumped milk in the fridge? 6 to 8 days is fine to leave breast milk in the fridge. Ideally, you wanna freeze it in 3 to 4 days. So how long can breast milk stay in the freezer, you might say? And the answer there is 6 to 12 months. So the recommendation is 6 months if it's in, the freezer you use every day and you get your ice cream out of it or whatever, you're in and out of that freezer. It doesn't stay quite as cold. The recommendation is 12 months in a deep freezer. However, frozen breast milk doesn't magically go bad on 12 months and 1 day. If you have breast milk that's been in there for longer, again, I would recommend that you thaw it. Do the sniff test. If it smells okay, great. Try to feed it to baby. Does baby eat it? That is fine. Breast milk that's bred in the freezer could get freezer burn just like regular food. Sometimes it oxidizes. People who have high lipase may notice that enzyme activates while it's in the freezer. Those are not things that are harmful to your baby. They're just reasons why your baby might not like it. So the 12 months in a deep freezer is the recommendation. If it's longer, you can certainly try it. If your baby won't drink it or you're worried, you can use it in a milk bath. There's lots of creative things you can do with it instead of throwing it away. A couple other things I wanted to talk about is thawed milk that was previously frozen. So thawed milk, once you thaw the milk, it is good for 24 hours in the fridge once it's thawed. After you warm up previously frozen breast milk, It is good for 2 hours once it's warmed. And you should not refreeze for like breast milk that has been thawed and offered to the baby, or just you thawed it and you didn't end up giving it to the baby. Don't refreeze that. You've got 24 hours to use it, and then 2 hours after it's warmed up. Other things to think about. If your freezer dies and you have breast milk in your freezer, this happened to me, had a slight panic attack, know that if your frozen breast milk still has any ice crystals in it, it is fine to refreeze it, okay? So when I say don't refreeze, as long as there's some ice crystals in it, refreeze that stuff. That's why I'm not super nervous about having this out right now. This sucker's still frozen solid. It'll go back in the fridge and be fine. Other things that I've learned. Warming milk is not medically necessary. If your kid will take a bottle right out of the fridge, awesome. So nice. Then you don't have to mess with warming it up. Sometimes in the early days, warming it might help your new little baby adjust to drinking from a bottle. But chilly from the fridge, room temp, that is totally fine. Cease gets a bottle of breast milk at night, and so when I feed her, when she gets fed, I usually pull the bottle out 2 hours before I'm going to give it to her, set it on the counter, and then her dad gives it to her when we're done. It's like lukewarm. It's great. Don't have to worry about warming it up. Other things. When you are pumping breast milk and you pump and you had this milk in the fridge, you can in fact just mix that milk you just pumped in with this stuff that is already cold. Now, if you have just a tiny bit of milk in the fridge and you are going to put 10 ounces of warm milk in, not the best idea. But if you have, a decent amount of already cold milk or equivalent amounts, it's totally fine. Just, you don't have to worry about multiple containers. It is fine to pour that milk in here. And then the last thing, I don't know if you heard this, but I did, that when breast milk after it settles in the fridge, it kind of splits out and you can see there's like a layer of fat on the top of the milk. I remember thinking you had to like gently swirl it to mix it back in, because you absolutely, before you give the baby a bottle, you want to mix that in to get that fat mix throughout. You can shake it. You can absolutely shake that. It's not going to hurt the proteins in the breast milk. It's not anything. You don't need to delicately swirl it. Just shake it, mixes it back in, great. Other things, I guess, that I would think about are, okay, so I pumped some fresh breast milk and I took it out of the fridge and I put it in a bottle. I put 3 ounces in the bottle and offered it to the baby, and she only ate 1.5 ounces. So you have 1.5 ounces less of breast milk in the bottle. What do you do with that? So option one, it's fine to leave that out at room temp again for 6 to 8 hours to re-offer it to the baby. That's fine. I know this happened to me a lot. In those early days, we'd fill up a bottle with like 4 ounces, and of course she didn't take that, and then we'd set it down, and you get so busy and so tired, and then you're like, oh my gosh, this bottle's been sitting on the counter for 4 hours. What do I do? Can I give it to the baby? Yes, you can offer it to the baby again. Alternatively, you can put it back in the refrigerator and offer it to them the next time or the next day or whatever. And here is a pic of the little milk monster. Oh, who's so ready for a nap. But, her dad was keeping her busy so we could film in her nursery. Yeah, you ready? You ready for a napo? Are you ready for a nap, pouty girl? Hi, can you smile? Nah? Okay. So, those are the breast milk storage guidelines. I have to go get this brick back in the freezer. Hopefully that is helpful for you. Hopefully these are in an easy to find place, or you can print this little graphic, which you can find over on our Instagram, which we will put here in the description as well. If you have any questions, concerns, thoughts, please leave them below. Happy, breastfeeding. We will see y'all next week.
We're doctors.
But not your doctors.
Anything we've said in this video is for education or entertainment purposes only.
It is not medical advice.
Any specific medical questions you have should be directed to your provider.